Welcome to Moogle Squad. This is our first episode and we're glad to be here on the Tube of You. This episode has been a long time coming for those of us at the studio. A lot of time and effort has been put in to give you, the viewers, the best we can offer in the form of video gaming entertainment. That sounded incredibly scripted, didn't it?
Yeah, kinda.
I thought it sounded nice. Football.
Anyway, I guess we should introduce ourselves. My name is Scry. I've been a gamer since the age of 5, starting on the Super Nintendo with my brothers. I think the earliest game I can think of playing, it was Bubsy.
You poor thing.
What? Are you kidding me? No way, Moogle. No way am I a poor thing.
Wait, are we talking Bubsy 2D or Bubsy 3D?
Bubsy 2D. Who the hell would play Bubsy 3D? Are you crazy? I'm sorry. Anyway, so I started on consoles. I think my earliest console was the PlayStation 1. Yeah, PlayStation 1. I played good old classics like Final Fantasy 7, a couple of things like that on PlayStation 1. I also played a little bit of the N64. I think my first Legend of Zelda game was either Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time. I can't remember which came first. Anyway, I then kind of kept playing console games. I ended up going to the Xbox 360 because of the MMORPG I played at the time, which was Final Fantasy 11. Even though I actually started playing it on the PlayStation 2, I moved to the Xbox 360 because of better graphics and such.
Oh, yeah.
And then I kind of went back to PlayStation 4, PlayStation, of course. I went back to PlayStation onto PlayStation 4, and I then just recently switched to PC gaming because there are a lot of games I wanted to play on the PC, and a lot of games that I played on consoles that were much better on the PC. But I can't say I'm a PC elitist, because I still have a love for console gaming, but I believe not in a glorious PC master race, I believe in a glorious gaming master race. And then, of course, you have the non-gaming haters and scrubs. So you got that. I play mostly MMORPGs, and I also play a lot of RPG-type games. I'm a huge JRPG person. I love Japan so much. I think that's about it for me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I am Lulu. I'm actually Scry's wife. I started gaming when I was actually very young. I believe I started on the Nintendo, the original Nintendo, with my my brother and my sisters, and we all love to play it together. We actually grew up playing it all together. We did a lot of different consoles. My brother actually did a lot of influencing of the games that I played. Basically, whatever he was into, I became into. As the years went on, though, I did very much enjoy the Xbox series more than the PlayStation series. Sorry. But PlayStation is still very good. I like the Xbox myself. It's special to me. But I do a wide variety of console games. I do a few PC games here and there, but Scry does more PC than I do. And I think that's about it.
Moogle, would you like to introduce yourself next?
And I'm Faith the Moogle, but you can just call me Faye, Koopa. I started gaming with my father's NES when I was 2. I still remember my first experience with Super Mario Bros. 3. My gaming life continued with my brother's N64 and GameCube. In fact, by about that time, Mario was my first video game crush, as embarrassing as it is to say. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a Nintendo girl, and that's kind of an understatement, Koopa.
Now that we are introduced and you know a little bit about us, we should get to what this channel is going to be about. This channel, Moogle Squad, is going to be about video gaming, of course. We have a wide variety of videos of different types of gaming content. And this video is kind of here to show you what we have planned. So let's just jump right in and begin to tell you what those plans are. The first show that we have planned is going to be the show you will see from us about once a month, because it's going to take a while to do this. This game show, as we'll call it, will be called Franchise's Greatest of All Time, where we will take a franchise of games and play through each game and then choose which game is the greatest of all amongst them. Each franchise will have some ground rules about them, and which we will set up when we cover them. A few franchises we got planned is the Final Fantasy series, which we will be doing first, since it is kind of our namesake in this instance. Followed by that, we'll probably do Metal Gear Solid, and I guess we could do the Elder Scrolls as well.
What about Mega Man, Koopa?
Yes, even Mega Man, I guess. Lulu, would you like to talk about the next show we have planned?
Sure, why not? The next show we have planned is the first reaction videos, where one or all of us will get together and play a game we've never played before and react to it. Be it screaming like little girls, or criticizing the game for being shitty, or just laughing our heads off because it's funny as hell. We will try to keep the reactions genuine and not exaggerated as much as possible. And there may or may not be alcohol in our systems during some of the recording, just because it'll be fun that way.
I guess we should let the Moogle take over for a bit. I need a coffee break anyway.
Sounds good.
Let's Plays. You know them, you love them, they're pretty damn fun if you ask me. That's all we really got to say about what the show will be about, Koopa. And of course, we have top 5 lists to go alongside the other cliche type of video game videos on YouTube.
Thanks for your snarky input. Lulu, I believe there's 1 or 2 more shows to cover. Do you want to take the next one?
Sure. Another show we will be doing is game reviews, where we'll play the latest games and give a detailed but spoiler-free review of whether or not the game is actually good. This one is pretty easy to explain, and it's probably going to be one of our more frequent videos, depending on the schedule of game releases. Now, note that some of the reviews may come out, a month or so after the game was released, simply because it takes time to play the game.
Yeah, we just finally finished Metal Gear Solid 5, and we'll probably have a review of that pretty shortly. It was a lot of fun to do. And that brings us to the last show we had planned. This is less of a show and more of the streaming variety. We will be doing charity streamings as well as regular streams, but we're going to try and do streams mostly for charity. One of the first charity streams that we have planned is coming up in actually only a few weeks, this episode, which is the well-known Extra Life campaign, which supports the Children's Miracle Network. Moogle Squad will be supporting our local children's hospital for this stream, and we hope to raise some funds for an amazing hospital that myself and Lulu here actually had the chance to experience with our first son due to some health issues at his birth. It'd be great if you join us on November 7th and participate in this event and possibly donate to this amazing cause.
Children's Hospital is an amazing place.
Oh yes, yes it is.
And finally, to end this first episode, we've decided to jump headfirst into a mini episode of one of our shows. And we thought we'd do something simple and, dare I say, quick, would be a top 5.
Yeah, I agree. A top 5 would be a perfect way to end this show. Moogle, what should we do a top 5 of?
Okay, I know! Let's cover the top 5 games you should never play, Koopa!
Top 5 games you should never play.
Number 5. Let's do Zelda CDI Games. Let's be honest, if you have heard these games, if you can even call them that, you know why it made this list. Really, the only contribution these games have made, aside from slandering the names we know and love, is their uses for YouTube poop. But because it was such an easy target, we felt it only fair to be number 5 on this list. Number 4. Ride to Hell Retribution 1%. And let's be honest, who in here thought this game would be any good? Anyone? Anybody? Put your hand down! And really, this game was a total flop. From the badly animated action scenes to the horribly choreographed, dry-humping sex scenes, if you can call them that, this game was a buzz from the beginning. Number 3, Koopa.
The Devil May Cry reboot. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of reboots in any type of genre of entertainment, be it movies, video games, whatever. So when Devil May Cry was getting a reboot, it had to be asked, is this something we really want? The answer is simple. No, it is not. Dante's redesign made him look like every other fuckboy in existence. Like, he looked so emo. Like, the old Dante was so badass looking. Like, even though it was kind of that cliched look, he was still a badass, and I missed that. Now he just looks meh. The storytelling, it was barely there, and honestly, when I did play the amount that I did, I could barely make sense of that storyline. I will admit, though, the gameplay was pretty decent, but it wasn't enough to redeem the game entirely. Overall, the game was pretty damn bad and shouldn't be played.
Number 2.
Next we have the Super Nintendo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think the only reason why this isn't number 1 on the list is because it as well is an easy pick, like the Zelda CDI games. Because of how horrible this game really is, though, that's why it made number 2. This game showed some of the most stupidly difficult designed levels, especially for a kids game. Also, at some points, the game just felt completely broken. It's clear that it was most likely made as a cash grab to capitalize on the turtle craze of the 80s.
Number 1. Copa?
Okay, now for this one, I almost can't. Duke Nukem Forever. You know, when I think of bad video games, especially ones you should never play, one in particular came to mind right away when we were making this list. And that's kind of why it is easily taking the number 1 spot for several reasons. Duke Nukem Forever was one of the most overhyped games ever. I don't think I've ever seen a bigger disappointment in a fan base with any other game, and there's been some pretty big disappointments in games. It didn't deliver on any of the things it promised, with a near 12-year development time. I think Kingdom Hearts is getting to that point, but far from. You'd think that the development team would have brought something to the table with that much time, but they really didn't. It was kind of a disappointment. The load times were horrendous. There were difficulty spikes no matter what difficulty setting. The levels were linear as all hell. And honestly, for a game that came out in 2011, it had some pretty god-awful graphics. Yeah. And now that I think about it, I could say if you bought this game after it was used and you only bought it for $5, yeah, it has about $5 worth of fun to be had. But you gotta remember the outcry that this game had when it was purchasable at the start for $60. And that is why this game easily takes king of the list.
Well, that's all we have for today. Would you guys like to sign us off?
Sure, that sounds like a really good idea. I don't think there's anything more to really put into this episode. We gave you a little taste of what we have planned on the show. We told you what we have planned, and we hope to be able to give you more quite soon. We have, I'd say, Metal Gear Solid 5 review should be out shortly. We can even do an unboxing video every now and again. Anything else you'd like to add before we close shop today, Lulu?
I think we're all pretty good. So from everyone here at Moogle Squad, we say, have a good day.
Alright, I'm adding this here because I forgot to do it in the original outro, but I'm doing it now. I want to say thanks for watching. I want to say thank you to the viewers themselves for watching this first episode. I really hope that it looks like something that could interest you. I know it might have been a little bit boring at the start, and we ramped up at the end, but we were pretty damn nervous. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back for next episode, which should be in about a week. I also want to say thanks to a few people. The first person I want to thank is Nero and his crew at Limit Break Radio. They were kind of an inspiration to me, and Nero helped me out with some advice early on when I was planning this. This video is actually a year coming, and it's been a long time coming, and I'm glad it came to the way it did. I also want to say thank you to my co-hosts for being there with me the whole time. You guys were awesome, and I'm glad that we're finally able to do this. I also want to say thank you to our artist, Ashley McKinsey Cook. who did all the artwork that you saw in this episode, including the Moogle, including the intro page or the logo you saw. She'll be doing our artwork for the entire show here on out. So I can't wait to see what else she'll do for us. And the last person I want to thank, even though I don't want to make it seem like I'm just doing it to plug his name, but it was Markiplier. Mark, if you ever watch this video, you were an inspiration. You've been an inspiration to so many people, and I just wanted to say thank you personally, because watching those videos that sometimes come out about depression, it really helped me get through and continue doing what I'm doing, so I could bring Moogle Squad to people on YouTube. So yeah, that's the last person I wanted to thank. I know oh yeah, you just want to plug his name, get the name mentioned. No, I really do want to thank him. That's all I wanted to thank, and that's all I wanted to add. I'm sorry I didn't add this at the end originally. I'm glad I did it now. So hopefully you're watching this. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more to come.